Ladies and gentlemen, we are going global today on Global Village, and today we have some new guests here. Woohoo!
Yes, we do. We have two Hunnams with us in the studio today. Of course, Sujan is back in the studio, but we have a new guest from France, yes?
Right. 자기소개 부탁드릴게요, Robin.
Hi guys. Okay, so my name is Robin. I'm from France, and I've been in Korea now for
How many?
10 years.
Wow.
Whoa!
Yeah.
역시 10 years.
10 years.
Amazing.
2010.
안 힘들어요? Are you okay?
힘들어요.
힘들겠지. And I think you probably couldn't go home for a while because of Corona, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to go last year, but then that happened. So
course.
yeah, so
How long has it been since you went last went home?
It's been 2 years now.
2
years.
2 years, yeah. This
Same
summer
as
it will be
us.
2 years. This summer.
Right. Kevin도 2년 됐지 않아요?
It's been 2 years for me. I think
Right.
for Sujan, you said it was like 3-4 years?
3 years.
3 years for me.
Oh, we all haven't been home for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Suga
Homesick.
Sujan, how are you?
Have you been?
I'm doing good.
How's
Yeah?
life?
Fresh.
How's love life? How's everything?
Not that good.
Your eyes not fresh right now.
No.
Oh.
Is it? Because I slept yesterday at like 3, I guess.
Oh, we all did.
We all did.
Yeah.
Around 3.
비슷하게 잤네요. 3 a.m.
I think it's
4
because
a.m.
너무 아쉬워서 we don't want the weekend to end.
Yeah, that is.
We don't want the Monday to come. The
No,
Monday
I
a little
hate
bit more.
Mondays. I have Monday blues every week. You know.
Yeah. Last week when we did have Sujan in the studio, our theme for Global Village was, in my opinion, more fun than today's.
연애,
Yep.
right?
We were talking about dating in our respective
Yeah,
countries.
Robin should have been on that show.
I
Man.
should have been here. I'm like the expert. No.
Really?
French guy is supposed to be expert, but I'm not. But
연애 전문가. That would be good. It's okay. You know what? 중간중간에 I'm going to ask you a lot about that. But as we mentioned earlier, today is actually the World Water Day. So on this note, we're going to go discuss about environmental policies in our home country.
All right, all of that is coming your way. But first, here's a song from Lee Ji-young. It is 봄의 기적.
All right, we're going to officially move into Global Village and talk about the environment. And apparently we have a lot of questions here regarding environment, right?
Yes, today is World Water Day, and on Global Village today, we wanted to ask each other, what are the major environmental policies in our respective countries? So Sujan's from Nepal, and Robin's from France. I have an idea of what it's like in France, but no
Oh,
idea
is
what it's
it?
like in
Okay.
Nepal, yeah.
Which part of France are you in?
I'm from a place called Burgundy.
Burgundy.
Have you heard of it? Burgundy
I
is a
heard
place
about it.
famous for wine.
Right.
I heard you.
I had
drank
wine
wine
last
yesterday.
night. 맞아. A lot of people saw my Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Instagram, I saw your Instagram. Your body is hot. what? 여러분,
Yeah,
check out this Robin's Instagram. 몸 진짜 좋아.
맞아. He's been working out like
That's because of wine.
He's always in the gym, I guess.
Right. Oh,
I like
진짜.
working out. I like working out.
I see. So you're from Burgundy in France. And
Yeah, have you been there?
I
Like,
have
to
not.
France, never?
No.
I haven't
It's
been
really
to
great.
France, actually.
If
Is
you go
it-
there's a lot of wineries on the, like if you just like ride, like you drive and you can see all the wineries, all the beautiful sceneries. It's really good.
Man, they
It's
could
really
just
good.
do wine tasting in every form. Oh,
Let's go to
sounds
Burgundy.
Like heaven.
Let's go.
Yay. And Sujan, you're from Nepal.
Yeah, Nepal. I'm from this capital, Kathmandu.
Oh, how do you call that?
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like Kathmandu.
Mandu.
만두 오늘 왜
만두.
만두 많이 나오지? Oh man, interesting. So our question is like, what are some of the major environmental policies in your countries? Because for me, I'm from Macau. I can't think of any. We don't really care about environment actually.
Okay.
Oh, is that
That's
true?
so, that's so sad. Because
Oh, but-
Macau is too rich.
Last time I went there, it was pretty clean, like on
Yeah.
the streets, and
Yeah,
it was
because-
not like.
Right, because Macau, because thanks to the casino hotels, they're kind of like wealthy because they get a lot of foreign tax from those hotels. So the government is like doing a really good job to clean everything as a tourism spot. But in terms of policy, we don't really do any like recycling or anything like
Okay.
Korea. Right. What about in France? How is it?
First, we are starting to get really strict. Like the first time I came to Korea, like the first thing that really shocked me was the 음식물 쓰레기.
Yeah, that was
the
like
food
great.
trash.
In my country, we never
never do that.
Yeah, we never do that.
Same
Yeah.
here.
But
Never do that.
Not in the States, right?
But I came back in France 2 years ago, like I said, and they start doing it. They start implementing it,
Oh.
and I was so surprised, like so contrary to our like French people what
Right,
they do.
right.
So I was surprised about this, and now you have to 신청 to the city office. You go there and you say like, oh, I want my waste to be
Collected
collected on Tuesday and Friday.
Wow.
And you have to match those days. And if your garbage is on the street on Monday,
Right.
you can get fined.
Right,
okay.
right.
Oh no, that's quite troublesome.
Similar
though.
to Korea too.
It is.
Certain crews have like designated 배출 날.
Yes, we have the day.
Right.
Yeah,
아
distinguished day,
진짜. They
Mine is
change it,
Tuesday,
huh?
Thursday, and Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's different
Similar.
by the area.
너 뭐지?
All right.
It's different according to
하고
the
있는
area.
거죠?
In Korea, like if you buy the plastic
Sure.
bags that you have to, like
음식물
put in
쓰레기.
your waste and 음식물 쓰레기, so
Uh-huh.
they
Right.
have the designated yoil on that
Right,
day.
right.
So you can see that and like accordingly you can throw it away.
Oh, you know it so well.
We've been living here for almost 11 years, man.
Right, not-
It's like I've been in trouble just because of throwing everything in one plastic.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, like my 집주인, she came in and she was like giving me lectures for like, 30분, and she was like, you have to put, like everything in separate. I was like, no.
Were you traumatized by
Yes,
that?
I was like, you have to pay fine for, like 100만 원. And I was like, oh no.
Oh,
So
wow.
you have
were-
to clean too. You have
Right.
to clean before and like if you do any like if you order food, like if there is a little bit of waste of I don't know of rice or
맞아,
something like that,
맞아,
you have to
맞아.
clean it
Everything.
and then throw it,
Yeah.
which was like crazy to me at first. I was like,
Exactly. For me, that's why I always finish my food. 남는 쓰레기 없어. 음식물 쓰레기.
that's
so
good.
귀찮아.
That's
you know?
good.
So I just eat everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Right. Well, Sujan, you were, I guess, unfamiliar with the laws, the regulations here
Yes.
in Korea. So was it different from where you're from in Nepal?
Yeah, in Nepal it was very different. Like I come from the capital city, but still, like we didn't have a legit, like legal policy that was being
Oh,
implemented
really?
by the metropolitan city.
Right.
But we come from a mountainous region, so like we protect our glaciers and mountains. So what we have to do is like every people who go for hiking, when they come back, they have to come back with 2 to 8 pounds of trashes.
Oh, wow.
They collect it and they have to bring it down.
Wow.
Even though it doesn't belong to you.
Yes, that's a must. You have to carry at least 2 pounds when you come back.
Wow.
So
신기하다.
there's
How does all this garbage end up in the mountains?
Yeah, it does end up, like we think, like there's no garbage there, but there are so many different types of garbages that remains in the mountain. For example, like if someone, like unfortunately dies there, then the body is going to be there forever.
Right,
So these
right.
are some of the major, like waste that we have to collect. And then there's going to be like oxygen cylinders. Because they're going to use it and just throw it away. So these are the major things that's going to be ended up in the mountains for thousands of years.
That makes sense because it's almost specific to Nepal because it's a very mountainous region or,
It
or
is.
nation, right?
Right.
And we just think, like there are so many mountain places, but how many people go there? But, like every year there's like thousands and thousands of people going for expeditions and everything.
Right.
And the amount of waste and garbage they use are like huge.
It's crazy.
Yes.
But how well do the people follow it? Like,
So
are they
these-
willing to do it?
These days, like before it used to be very, like a business thing. It's just like gonna be pride. Like I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna touch the mountain and come back. That's what it used to be. But
Right,
these
right.
days, like people are being more conscious. It's not only the legal activities that's being put up, but socially and within, like people, they think, okay, these glaciers has to be protected by ourselves so that it's gonna be there forever.
That's
so
good.
These days, like climbers from different places, from Europe, everyone's doing the same thing. Like they just don't go for expedition. They only go for garbage collections as well these
Oh,
days.
that's so nice
So
of them.
it's-
It's 착하다.
It's very, very, like getting a little bit out of the box.
Right,
Before they used to
right.
think, like I'm gonna go top
Just
on the
do my
mountain,
thing.
just
Right.
take pictures and come back. But these days it's changing.
Oh,
Really good
nice.
that it was implemented in all the countries. You know, like all the
Right.
famous sites. You
Yeah.
go to the Eiffel Tower and you collect all the
Exactly.
garbage. Like
It'll be nice, 진짜.
I heard, like they're gonna
people.
collect the garbages and they're gonna do some kind of art exhibition.
Oh.
Within, I think this year, I guess April or May. They're
With the
gonna
garbage?
Yes, they're gonna collect all the garbages and bring it down,
Right.
and then they're gonna do
Make
different
some art out of
exhibitions
it.
and everything.
Oh,
yes.
interesting. What about in France? Do the people actually follow the rules about like food trash?
yeah, it's getting like way stricter than before.
Oh, do
Before-
they have penalty? If
yeah, you
don't-
get fined. Like the minimum fine if you don't do recycling at your house is 5만 원, like around 5만 원, like 35
세다.
euros. 35 euros.
That's huge. Oh man.
But if you throw garbage on the street and if you get caught, it's almost 15만 원.
Oh, wow.
So because there was a lot of like talk about this, like France, like especially Paris, like the big cities,
right.
it's so dirty. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
right,
tourists,
right.
so the tourists they kind of like
맞아.
throw it away too. There was also like kind of like a thing with the poop, the dog poop.
Really?
The dog poop,
I
you
heard
know?
if you go
Oh,
to Paris,
진짜.
it's just everywhere.
Yeah, so
Why?
now because so many people came from other countries, they were like, Paris is supposed to be, I don't know, the romantic city.
I
It's supposed to be
know.
pretty and stuff like this. So
Right.
why there is a lot of like the dog poop everywhere? So
Wait, I'm
they-
curious. The poop is like human poop or dog poop?
Dog,
Oh,
dog.
깜짝이야. Okay. Just to clarify, so it's animals.
Animals,
Okay.
animals. So they implement a law to that you get fined. You can get fined like everywhere. So now people
That's
are starting
good.
to get like, okay, we should really pay attention to the environment.
Right. I wish Macau also do that, you know? 'Cause
Same
a lot
here.
of also in Korea, right? Sometimes what really annoys me is I don't like when people actually put their coffee after they drink, they just leave it there and they leave you know, in the
that
streets.
happens a lot.
Oh, 짜증나 그거.
Yeah, well, I'm from New York City, and if you've ever been there, it is one of the dirtiest
Ah, is
cities.
it?
Yeah.
At times, people,
Okay.
are out partying, they're out clubbing, and they just throw stuff on the streets and all that. But the U.S. too, maybe like Nepal, it doesn't have a national law that mandates
Yes.
recycling. It's almost like a state-by-state basis, and they suggest it. But I think once there's some kind of fine implemented, like in France or maybe in Korea, then it could be more forward and a lot cleaner.
Right,
But
exactly.
not now, yeah.
Right. For our listeners who just tune in, don't worry. We're not trying to compare whose country is more dirty. Actually, the main topic, the reason we're talking about environment is because today is actually World Water Day.
Right.
So we're actually talking about water quality.
Yeah, what is it like in your respective homes? Like, do you drink the tap water? I'm curious about that too.
I guess in Nepal it's pretty clean with all the
The mountains.
Yeah,
진짜.
I've been to glaciers, like I've
Yeah.
been to mountains. So we used to just, like shove in the snow,
Uh-huh.
just, like boil it up and drink it.
You have to boil it.
Yeah, we have to boil it. It's pretty like ice or, like there's breaking ice. So you
Right.
just break the glaciers or ice and then just put it in your, like hot pot.
Uh-huh.
That
Just
makes
boil it and then you
sense.
drink it.
Because you know that famous brand, Biang? Yeah, they also say it's like a mountain water, whatever, right?
The water is like
깨끗하겠다.
pretty pure, like when it's directly dropping from the mountains. But when it comes, downwards, when it runs into the river, then when it comes down to the train, it becomes polluted because there's going to be so many dust and everything involved.
Right.
But up to some reason, like I've been to so many places in Nepal, I see, like they just put in like directly tap waters and we can drink it directly.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, but in cities, like it's a little bit downwards. So when the water is coming downwards, it's gonna be polluted with so many foreign items and
right.
substances that goes inside. So,
So the longer it travels, the more
Yes.
dirty it is.
So in your home, you didn't directly drink from the tap?
no, we do not.
Okay.
We get tap waters, but we are supposed to boil it.
Boil it.
So that's something the government policy is there that they say, like boil it or filter it.
Right.
Right.
What they say. But in the mountains and in the Himalayas, like I've not seen anyone, like
Right, it's
boil
much
it.
more
They just boil the snow,
Right.
Right.
or just they directly drink it from the resources
stream.
that comes out.
Sure. Whenever you get into like metropolitan areas, it gets
Yeah,
a
it
little
gets dirtier.
맞아.
So.
trickier. But what about in a more countryside area like Burgundy?
Since I was young, I always drank tap water. Actually, it's been
nice.
just few years now that the water quality in France. So, like, in general, it's pretty clean, but it's starting because of the agricultural, like the pesticides and stuff like this. So there is a lot of things, like a lot of people are saying, like it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Right.
So, a few years back, my family, we started drinking bottled water.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will still say that approximately 70% of France, the water is clean. You can
Okay.
drink tap water.
Direct tap water.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Okay.
What about here in
you?
Korea? What do you do? What do you guys do? Do you directly
난
drink from the
정수기.
Me too.
everyone? I think.
Actually,
Yeah.
I did a program like long time ago, and
Right.
the water in Korea is pretty clean.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
They
Yeah,
say
I heard.
they suggest us to drink tap water.
Right. That's what I
아리수,
heard.
right?
Yeah, 아리수.
맞아.
Yeah.
What about in New York, though?
In the States, I mean, there are a lot of areas, it's state by state, a lot of areas with really bad tap water. But New York City is actually known for one of the best tasting tap water in the world.
진짜?
Yeah, because it sounds almost contradictory,
Okay.
but we get water from like the Catskill Mountains and also the Hudson Valley. And when it comes to water taste, there's something called hardness or softness.
맞아.
Which-
How much mineral in it,
Yes,
right?
depending on how much magnesium and I think calcium is in
Yeah.
the water. And it's very low in New York City, so it's very soft. And that's why they also say bagels. That's why bagels are so
the
good
famous bagels.
Bagel.
in New York City. I don't know if you've ever had a good bagel.
I haven't been to New York.
Never been to New York.
Probably
been to
never had a
New York.
good bagel in Korea, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious. And
Yeah.
I'm also curious about the taste about the water in your country. Because in Macau, we boil it. We have to boil
yeah.
it. 근데 좀 짜.
When you
quite
boil it, you know,
salty.
like it I don't know, it
Really?
tastes like paper.
Maybe it's because you cook ramen and then right after you boil the water.
아니야.
And the same thing.
Like
you know?
overall, I don't know why for some reason the water in Macau it's 조금 짜. It's quite salty compared to Korea. So when I came back to Korea and when I went back to Macau, I keep telling my parents like, why is the water so salty? So I have no idea what's the reason. I think it's like maybe the resource of the water is different.
Maybe.
The minerals inside it. Yeah.
Maybe, right? What about the taste in like your country? Is it okay? Is it fine?
Yeah, you was like, I can compare it, you know, like, but when you're here in South Korea and you're drinking water from Nepal, it's there's something, you know, like there's some difference in taste.
Right,
You know, like, I don't know. Yeah,
물도
there's a
다른
taste.
맛
Yeah, I don't know. Like I cannot explain the whole taste, but it tastes different and smell difference.
Right. I don't know.
Interesting.
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah, I did
Right.
that as well.
Right.
So
So we
all depends
actually-
on the where you're from. Even in France, like or
맞지.
like if you go to the south, the water will be different than in
Sure.
the north because it's all
Right.
different mountains.
Depends on the region, right?
And also depends on the pipe. Where did they want?
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah. No one has like gone inside
man.
the pipe and
I know. I'm so scared.
I don't want to look inside the
나도.
pipe. I don't want to look inside the pipe.
I'm sure we're gonna be surprised. Should we
Yeah.
see some messages here?
Sure, let's do it. Sunshine says 예전에 증강 아시아 갔을 때 그 나라 물이 석회물이라서 네, 제대로 먹거나 씻지를 못했어요. 우리나라는 수도물도 얼마나 깨끗한지 감사한 거죠. Yeah.
Right.
감사하죠,
Mid
감사하죠.
Asia. 석회 is it limestone or something?
A limestone, kind of limestone. When you go to Bangkok or Thailand, you can see those.
맞아.
You can see like yellow or green stuff, you know, like coming out from the water.
맞아, exactly. I remember when I goggled my mouth one time it was in the hotel.
Yeah.
I got a cup and I saw it. I was like, why is it not transparent? It's very milky.
Yeah.
So actually, for some people, when they go abroad, their skin actually get trouble because it's like a different kind of water. So
Sure.
yeah, it was interesting.
Right. We have one from Rachel Lee who says 머리띠들 너무 예뻐요.
아니거든. 머리띠 캡이 너무 좋아요. 우리 아니거든. Tell it for real. I watch documentaries and I like the typical dances of India too. Oh, interesting.
Do you want to get this one, Robin, from Yen?
예,
See that?
오늘은 머리티 안 하나 했는데 머리티 너무 좋아요.
Everybody likes our headband.
인기 많네.
처음에 우리가 안 하고 있었어. 그 딱 시작할 때만 했어요. 그래서 아마 헷갈린 것 같아요.
By the way, everybody here speaks really good Korean.
That's
FYI.
true.
Robin and Sujan.
I mean, they've been here for longer than we
Yeah.
have combined, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been here long, but
Oh, you have?
왜 그러지? 나 왜 그러지?
Right. Well, it is World Water Day, so we have Sujan and Robin in the studio talking to us about what it's like in their countries.
Exactly.
We're going to continue with Global Village in hour number 2.
Right. After a song, this is 소유 and 권정열 어깨.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of kride. This is TBS eFM 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, 90.5 in Busan. I'm your driver, Kevin.
And I'm a driver, Alexander. You can listen to us again through Naver Audio Clip as well as on Patbang, and also download our mobile app TBS eFM, available on Google Play Store or Apple iTunes.
Yes, before we move on with Global Village, just reminding you again about our chip and cue of the day, which is Korean singer-actor Ok Tae-yeon is currently starring in the drama Vincent Joe. What's the name of the K-pop group that he's in?
Right, it's a very easy one.
Yeah.
It's almost the time when our show finishes. And moving on to Global Village, we have Sujan and Robin in the studio. Welcome back, everyone.
Namaste, hello.
Hello.
Namaste.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, by the way, I'm very curious because last week we actually asked Sujan, how did he come to Korea? And he was like saying that he got kidnapped. Just kidding.
Yeah, he got
He decided
kidnapped.
to study here, right? So what about you, Robin? How did you decide to come to Korea?
He fell in love with Korean girl.
Oh, is it that simple?
I didn't know about that.
Right.
No, it was same a bit like Sujan. No, it was studying, but I used to do b-boy. I used to b-boy like when I was younger.
Really?
And at that time,
Wow.
like the Korean scene was just like winning every major event. So
Right.
I was looking at all the videos, and the first Korean word I learned was dido.
What is that?
Because we know when you do battle, like you always like kind of fight, and like the MC has to say like, "Oh, go back," and in the Korean MCs we all say like "dido," like go back, go back.
Oh, that was like Diro. I was like,
I know.
okay.
So that was like, what's that word, dido? And I searched, and then like finally like in the
Dido.
comments someone said like it
Dido.
means go back. So that was my first like word.
So you're first, interesting. The first one you heard like Tiro. What's Tiro?
Tiro?
Go back. Interesting.
Tiro.
So you decided to come to Korea to study.
Yeah,
or-
so then like I finished my study in France, and I had like that 1-year program which I can do abroad, and I decided to go to Korea because I knew about Korea. So.
Oh, and you came to Korea, and what made you stuck here? Is it love? Is it live?
Why do you keep asking that?
I love making people uncomfortable, by the way.
I know, I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, nice.
It was like I just fell in love. It was so like I come from the countryside. No, not fell in love with a girl, but fell in love with the country because
Right.
it was so much
Interesting.
different from the Burgundy. Like if you go to Burgundy, it's
Right.
really pretty, but you cannot do anything.
Oh, there's not
like-
much to do.
Yeah, not much to
What
do.
about the
so-
food? Like, wasn't the food here too like overwhelming? Like gochujang, all this 빨강 sauce, the red color sauce.
So I forced myself to eat it at first because I knew like it was an acquired taste. So I was like, okay, like if you want to stay living here, you have to force yourself to
Get used to it.
get used to
Wow.
the yeah.
How
the
was your
spiciness.
first experience? Okay, how was your first time you tried tteokbokki?
Tteokbokki?
Ooh.
Did you cry?
I cried and I went to the bathroom.
oh,
No, I was crying on my way to the bathroom. I was crying on my way to the bathroom.
나도 그래. Like, I don't know why the spicy stuff here in Korea, I can't really take it.
Yeah.
And as I get older, 더안 돼. I don't know. That's why yesterday I had kimchi mandu and yeah, TMI, but I had a fun time in a toilet.
Okay, thank
Let's move on.
We have some messages. Going Home says F4, which is from the drama
꽃보다 남자.
Yes. 가 마스크 쓰고 있어서 아쉽네요. Are we F4? Is that what they're
Oh, almost paradise. No, no.
Almost
yeah.
F4.
No,
Almost F4.
Almost F4.
almost F4.
Okay, we're like F4. Oh, it makes sense. We have long hair here. Oh, 구준표.
아니에요. I don't even know.
All
who that
right.
is. 사실 본 적이 없어요. So.
오빠 돈 많아?
나 없어.
나랑 결혼할래?
No.
Just kidding. Let's move on.
Blue Moon says
히말라야 지키기 위한 노력 모두가 잘하고 있네요. That's so
네,
true. In order to like take care of Himalayas, right?
right.
Preserve
right.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Rachel says, Sujan, do you want to get this message?
자, 수돗물은 보리차로 끓여 먹는 게 저희 어릴 때 국룰. It means like some kind of 국민 rule.
Right. 국물.
그것도 좀 괜찮네.
Yeah.
That's
물에다가
a good thing.
Do you guys like 보리차?
Yeah, we do.
Poricha.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
good.
it. Poricha, yeah.
That's a good way, actually.
It is, it is.
보리차 can take away the 냄새 제거할 수 있잖아요. It covers up the taste and everything, right?
And it's
Yeah.
good for your health as well.
It's good
Oh.
hot.
Sometimes when you go to some restaurant,
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you
they serve
보리차.
you, yes, they serve you poricha. They don't serve you water.
설마
true.
did they use toilet water and they just put 보리차 in
No,
it?
no, no.
Of course, they're not that bad. But that's a good thing. I mean, use 보리차, not bad.
보리차 is good, I guess.
But a tip for everybody: don't put your 보리차 tea bag in your water for too long.
yeah,
Because apparently the paper in it, right?
Yep.
That holds the 보리차. It actually releases some chemical out overnight. So 그냥 1시간 정도만 they say don't
but
do it.
these days they have this paper made out of the I don't know something like
Natural.
corn.
Okay.
아,
yeah.
옥수수
Yeah, made out
전분은
of
something.
옥수수. So we can like you can have the paper as
Oh,
well.
nice.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Good for environment.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
Right. More messages. 2171 says 유럽은 물에 석회질이 많아 스킨케어를 케어해줄 수 있는 바디샵들이 혹시 교포세요? 많이 발달되어 있다고 들었어요. 우리나라는 예전에 바디샵이 따로 분리되어 있진 않았던 것 같아요. What?
정말 그런가요?
Is that true?
I don't understand the question. What?
피디님 맞아요? 진짜요? Is it? Okay,
She
피디님 doesn't know. Right.
Right.
So we were talking about how in Europe, so because of the water, so we have to take care a lot about our skin. So there's, I don't think we're talking about that brand, but it's a body shop. I think it's like for the body caring shop
Yeah,
kind of thing.
maybe.
So it's interesting. Actually, I haven't thought about that.
It's kind of like the
Maybe just because of the water, they are having like different kinds of body products or body shops
Maybe,
for the
now
skins and
understand.
everything.
Yeah,
I guess
because there is a lot of
Maybe.
thermal sources, thermal water. So, like for example, there is a famous city called Vichy, and it's also a brand.
Oh, right,
You know that
right,
brand?
right.
So there is a lot of those kind of brand where you go there and you can like spend I don't know 1 week or 2 weeks. It's kind of like a spa, but because the water has properties, it's good for the
Have you
skin.
been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh,
Actually.
야, 좋겠다.
It is amazing.
Right.
Like they have like this kind of traditional message
Ah.
when there is two people that message your back
Wow,
with that
that's
water,
so
and it's kind of like a dance actually, and it's
Right.
really good for your skin.
어, 좋겠다.
So it's kind of like 온천.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
온천 style. Yeah, Europe 온천 style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so nice. I wish I
so
could go
good.
there, but 비싸겠다. yeah.
Once Corona is over, maybe sometime later.
Yeah.
Right.
Today it is World Water Day, so we're talking about what the water's like in our respective countries. It sounds like it's pretty diverse, right?
Exactly.
And in Korea, as Sujan mentioned, we're encouraged to just drink the tap
Yeah,
water.
tap water, I guess. Yes, we
맞아.
have been. I think we can directly drink from the tap, I guess, But
Exactly.
still, I guess like Koreans, they use lots of, filters and everything.
I think
맞아.
most people do.
Most
Yeah.
people do.
Exactly. Arisu itself is very clean, but
It
I
is.
think the problem is about what we mentioned earlier, the water pipe.
Yeah.
They don't really clean out. Some are like too old pipes, so there's some dirt in it.
You never know.
So they still want to filter it.
Yes.
But basically, if the pipe is clean, the water, Arisu itself is actually clean and good to drink.
Right.
맛있어. Come to Macau, it's 짜. 진짜 짜. So salty. Yeah.
Right. Well, we are going to move on. We have this yes or no game that we do every week on the show. So we have these little, what is this, yes or no?
Yes
things?
or no?
OX.
OX thing here.
OX things.
So
If you-
everybody, if you guys want to know, tune into our YouTube. You could watch us visually. It's 더 재밌거든요. Right.
Yes.
So we're going to go to some questions here, and everybody have to do O or X. O for yes, X for no.
Okay. The first question is, okay, I don't really understand. I keep water running when I take a shower, yes or no?
We have to be very honest, okay?
Yeah,
okay.
of
Be
course.
honest.
Yes.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Yes.
X.
와, 수잔 빼고 everybody say yes.
What does this mean? Of
So that
course
means
you have
you
to-
keep
like-
your water running while you're showering.
Yeah, I
And some
think-
people, when they put the shampoo, they close it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Right? Sujan, do you do that?
Yeah, I do that. But the
Really?
thing is like
착하다.
we're using like boilers.
Uh-huh.
So first when you open up the tap, it's gonna be like cold water coming out. So
right,
I
right.
run it for like
Ah.
A little
until
bit.
the water is like warm.
Right,
That's only what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you after you put shampoo, you actually turn off it.
I turn it off. Because like because I've been in Nepal.
Yeah.
Because in the city, like the water is very scarce. It's very rare to
Scarce,
get.
right.
It's very hard to get the water. So we used to be like very strict in the school as well. So
Right.
we used to get like 5 minutes, like 3 minutes just to shower the whole of your body. So we've been trained, I guess, like to.
솔직히 그렇게 해야 돼.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do it that way.
We're
actually.
supposed
So
to
it's been as in a sangwal for me, a sangwal
Sure.
pattern for me. So I just like tend to just shut the whole tap down.
Bruh, I feel bad right now. You know why? Because I have this phobia.
you
When
gonna-
when you shampoo your hair and the bubble goes to your eyes, 어떡해? How can I wash it? 어떡해? And I can't find the water. And I turn on the hot water accidentally. I burn myself and I die there. After all this fantasy, So yeah.
Final
here-
destination stuff.
Final
Right?
destination.
I even heard like Korea is 물 부족 나라, so there's like
진짜?
they don't have that much of water,
Yeah.
which will last for a long period of time. So I think we have to be very
Right.
conscious, with
But
using waters and
for most
everything.
of us, it's a luxury. We don't view it as scarce.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's definitely a first world problem where we don't want to turn it off because then we're cold.
Yeah, that's what people do as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. It's not
Sure.
here, okay?
Yeah.
I keep water running when I brush my teeth. Yes or no? 하나, 둘, 셋.
For me,
양치할 때.
No.
오, 나만 나빴다.
I thought you said
No.
you didn't. 아까 you said
I
you.
do.
Oh, you lied to me.
He's not sure.
가끔 I try to. 근데 I just find it 귀찮아.
See, for the shower, we get your problem. Like it's the soap is gonna go inside your.
Right.
But what about when you brush?
The
it?
bubble leaks out of my mouth. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let me talk about Korean culture. 오직 한국에만 they could brush their teeth walking around.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I
can't do that.
turn off the water. I multitask. While I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like putting stuff away.
I'm gonna do
I'm not in the
put stuff
bathroom.
나 못해. 나
Yeah.
흘려. Mine comes out. The bubble comes out. So I have to stay there and like keep the water running in case it leaks and whatever and 또 닦아.
I think you should get that checked out.
Yeah, we should.
아 진짜 입이 너무 커서 그랬나 봐.
You have paralysis somewhere. I have another question though that's not
Okay.
in here.
Okay.
How long do you guys take showers for?
How long?
Because I mean, the longer technically you take
Yeah,
a shower,
that's how much of the amount you're using.
you're wasting. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, 5분 이상 이하 할까?
5분 이상
Over
이하?
5 minutes or
Okay,
less.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
5분?
Yeah, 5분.
Like I take shower more than 5 minutes.
yes or no? 하나,
One, two,
둘, 셋.
three.
Yes.
More than 5 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
Way more.
Oh, okay, I
So
feel
maybe
better
like
now.
below 10 minutes, I guess.
I think below 10 minutes.
Below
for me.
10 minutes.
Below
Yeah.
10 minutes. I don't
It
know.
takes so long time.
How long do you take to shower? I'm just curious.
15 minutes, I would say.
50?
15.
15.
I was like 50. I was like,
15분.
I would say so. I like.
Robin
I
for
like.
15 minutes.
Yeah, I like hot water. I
Yeah.
like being like warm.
Right?
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Like
Maybe
the
we're
hot water running
not
on
as
you.
clean, Sujan.
Yeah, I think we're not as clean.
Well, I don't like conditioner. I don't really use body wash that
Me
much.
too.
It's just very
It's just
quick. It's
Just
shampoo and then just face wash and then I'm
Yeah.
out.
진짜?
Yeah.
For me as well.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
That's a 건강 way, actually. They say that you're not supposed to use too much shampoo. You're not even supposed to shampoo every day. That's what they
Yeah.
say.
But
Yeah.
here in
And your
Korea,
body
like,
wash, you're not
called the-
supposed to put too much soap on yourself.
Yeah.
Because the skin cannot regenerate.
And it
Right.
becomes
근데
dry.
I like
Yeah.
doing it like Robin.
I like
I love-
just staying there and thinking about my
know.
life and like, why did I
Hot
do
water
this
running.
yesterday?
Exactly, right?
wow.
That's like
I like that
meditation for
feeling.
me.
맞아. When the hot water runs on you, you're like, 난 사랑받고 있다.
Uh-huh.
이 사랑이야. This is love, you know.
Do you take like a 반지옥 every day? Is that what you do? You take a bath?
No, I only have a shower thing.
Yeah,
I
same
don't
here.
have a bathtub.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, well, we're moving on. The first one was about us keeping our water running.
Yeah.
Right.
The second one is related. It is, I'm strict when it comes to recycling.
Uh-huh.
Yes or no? 하나, 둘, 셋.
Yes.
It's,
We are always
if you're here in Korea, you know, you have to be strict. Otherwise,
맞아.
you're penalized.
맞아, 진짜.
I would say when I was in Korea, when I was in France, I would say
Yeah,
X.
I would do X
Same
as
in
well
Korea.
if I was back in Nepal.
Yeah. I'm afraid that I'm going to get in trouble.
맞아.
They're gonna check
Right?
you like in front of your house.
But there are times I would have to say where I kind of get fuzzy in terms of what the exact like rules are.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, like shells and things like that, you have to throw it out. In
Yeah, you have to throw it out
일반
different, yes.
쓰레기, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to come back and talk a little bit more. And since just now we talk about 꽃보다 남자 F4, we're going to listen to a song from the OST of 꽃보다 남자. This is T-Max with Paradise. Welcome back to Global Village with F4. We have 구준표 here. Hi, 구준표.
Can you stop? Can you stop? I don't
캐준표.
understand. No.
캐준표.
We are here with Sujan and Robin for our Global Village, and we have some more questions that we want to get to. We have two. You can pick which one you want to do.
Let's do the last one.
Okay.
Whether I take public transportation to save Earth, yes or no? 하나, 둘, 셋.
No.
따라. Oh, wow.
I would say, can I do this?
Yeah, I was going to
Maybe
do
like,
this too.
like
Like-
that, maybe.
Yes,
가끔.
this.
Like how?
Like that?
Yeah.
Well, I would say I would answer the question yes if it said I take public transportation, but I don't necessarily take it to save the earth.
Okay. Yeah.
I take public transportation when it's more convenient for me. If I can
Right.
차가 너무 막혀서 like if
Right,
it'll
right,
get me there faster, or if I have a lot of time and I want to walk and take the subway. But I don't take it necessarily because I want to save the earth.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
Honestly.
honestly,
you
yeah.
have to be honest. Yes, I think
Right?
it's just we do it because you're living in Seoul and the transportation here is public transportation is like pretty good.
Yes.
It goes everywhere. So you know,
맞아.
like, maybe 편해서.
Right,
Yeah,
편해서.
yeah.
Because also
Yeah.
parking here is so difficult.
Yeah, it
진짜,
is.
right?
Right.
Yeah, if
Finding
you
a
take
place.
your car, you go to any place, you have to pay more like for the valid parking and stuff like this. So it's
맞아.
really,
That's
it
why
gets a burden.
서울은 you only need BMW, bus, metro, and walking.
Yes. Wow, that's good.
너무 편해.
I
BMW
was kind of
필요해.
worried about that. You take the subway all the time, though.
I love subway,
Yeah,
지하철. It just takes you everywhere. But I hate the 계단, the staircase in 지하철.
That's true.
It's like going down and up. 너무 힘들어.
That is
진짜.
true. Yeah.
You know what's a horrible one? 버티고기역. They have a really
Yeah, they have like really long one.
escalator. If you fall down from there, I don't think you'll survive. 진짜, be careful.
Be careful, everyone.
Yeah,
taking
be careful.
The public transit. Yes.
Right. All right. Before we say goodbye to everybody, 각자는 any tip for our listeners here? Just
Sure. Sujan or
one
Robin?
advice, right?
Yeah.
One of the thing for the environment, right? One of the thing I try to do is like cut all of the electronic devices when I sleep. Even
that's
like
something very good.
the how do you call it? in
Charger?
English? The charger thing, like I take it off, and
constant,
even the
right.
small lights, I try to take it off. All of this
Ah.
small thing, like if you look in the long term, it's like quite a big amount.
So saving,
also good for
saving
your body.
energy.
Saving energy.
Right. Very nice. How about you, Sujan?
So I think, like these days we talk about 친환경. So these days I think there's another topic called 필환경. So 필, I guess maybe Alexander can know because it's a Chinese word. 필.
Which
필자.
one?
필자를 쓰는데.
필수.
Yeah, 필수.
A must.
Yeah, a must. So
필환경.
it's these days it's Corona, and like you're delivering so many kinds of
Right.
foods and everything.
Yes.
So like for me, I think I tend to 집 근처에 있으면은 I tend to take my own like dishes and like bring the food in.
Right.
So that's something what I'm trying to do these days, but still like it's not up to the mark.
Sure,
But I
sure.
think if you're trying to do those kind of stuff, like I think it's going to help the earth in long term, so that our kids and everyone can see what we were doing.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah,
What if I have no kids? Just kidding. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope everybody drink more water, save more water, and enjoy the water.
Yes, we will see you guys again next week, and we'll say goodbye for now to this song from N Flying. It is 봄이 부시게. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.